How's it, guys? This is Dayvy FPL and welcome back to the Fantasy Premier League video here on my channel. Now in this video, it's going to be the Game Week 21 preview. We went back to normality, asked for your guys' questions over on Twitter at Dayvy FPL, and you guys returned again. A lot of questions about the double Game Week preparation, and if I could rename this preview, it would kind of be the double Game Week 24 preparation video. We're going to be talking about all things Game Week 24, as well as some talking points. A lot of players came back from injury in Game Week 20, and they could be options going into the future. But without further ado, let's get into the preview. Thank you to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. Link down below if you do want to use my download link to download this wonderful app. Thanks again for sponsoring the video. If you don't know, OneFootball is the everything football related app. It's free to download on iOS or Android, and you can see there on the table. I'm following the Premier League right now. Gives me all the goals, assists, and whatever I need to know, as well as following my favorite team if I do want to follow a team, which is for me Liverpool, but for you it could be anyone else. Also, if you want to track more leagues than just the Premier League, go and check out this app. As I said, link down below. So a reminder about the Wednesday deadline. We have had some quick turnaround fixtures, so I'm pretty sure you guys are used to these quick deadlines, but the next Game Week 21, occurs on Wednesday and Thursday. Most of the fixtures occur on Wednesday, so I will be streaming before the deadline. So if you don't have to keep a reminder of the deadline, you can just keep my notifications on this YouTube channel. Hit that bell for a reminder. We go live an hour before every deadline. So you can just keep that as a reminder if you don't want to set a reminder on your phone. But other than that, just the Wednesday deadline, stay tuned for it and make your transfers before that so you don't get caught out. And now I wanted to talk to you about Game Week 20. So the one thing I wanted to mention is that you must not judge a game week by one day of fixtures. So I'm sure if you guys are on Twitter, follow me while you're on it at Dayvy FPL. But a lot of the FPL Twitter community was stressing posting screenshots of single-digit scores when they still had Mane captain and De Bruyne to play. So I think this is just the nature of FPL. A lot of us get really emotional after one game week or one day of fixtures even in a game week. But I want to let you guys know that you should not do this. Reason being is that you're going to go on an emotional roller coaster. You're going to go from the Saturday feeling really down, but then on Sunday, if Mane and De Bruyne returned as they did, you're looking at a green arrow and even an average score. So I'm saying this because in FPL, I really do believe that you should always have a level head. Reason being is that Saturday, you might have had some rage transfers, and then on Sunday, you kind of regret them because after the game week concurs, you see that your squad actually wasn't that bad, and you could have had a nice team going into the next game week. So just keep a level head. Don't judge a game week by only one day of fixtures, and I'm pretty sure that that's going to see you be a little bit more level headed and make better decisions. So game week 20 was quite a weird game week, not as bad as a lot of people are saying, as the average was a lot higher than other game weeks we've had. I think the average was around 50, so we've had game weeks with the average around 30, so not that bad of a game week. But there was a lot of rotation. So in my FPL history, I can't really remember a game week with this much rotation. So it's a little bit unlucky if this was your first season playing FPL, but just adds to the excitement of the FPL season, and at least we were prepared. I think the only thing about Game Week 20 that was a little bit annoying was our bench fodder did not perform. So that's why we saw some low scores coming off the bench, and that was quite disappointing. The other thing is if your captain returned, you basically got a green arrow. So if you chose one of the likes of Mane or De Bruyne, probably a green arrow, and if your captain didn't return, probably a red arrow. Just the nature of the game week. Sometimes we have these game weeks where you have to nail captaincy, and it just shows the importance of FPL captains. So my watch list has been semi-updated here. I do have the likes of Mo Salah still. Mo Salah is still here, but I could easily switch him out for Sadio Mane. The reason I'm having him in here is that I'm a little bit on the fence between Salah and Mane, so we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But then we do have Sidibe from Everton. Didn't keep that clean sheet on the weekend, but Sidibe is playing a little bit of out of position play along the wing there for Everton. So started the last 3 consecutive games, so that looks like he's going to be in the starting lineup. Comes in at 5.3 million, a little bit cheaper than other options. He has offered 4 assists and only played 939 minutes minutes. So he's on my watch list currently. Just a little bit of a nice differential option if I want to go for an Everton defender, as after this Man City fixture, they do go on quite a nice run of green fixtures. The other option, Fabianski, came back from injury for West Ham. I know West Ham's defense is absolutely dismal, and I don't know why I'm judging a goalkeeper on assists and goals, but that was kind of just the watch list criteria for my other players. But came back from injury, as I said, comes below that 5 million mark, so an easy switch from Guaita if so be it. But with West Ham, they do have that double game week. We'll talk about that now, but that's the reason why Fabianski is on my watch list. And no, I have not gone absolutely mental and are opting for a West Ham defender just out of the blue. So these are the three on the watch list. As I said, with Salah, could easily swap for Mane, but I'm just a little bit concerned over my decision making between these two. So I said it in that watch list, game week 24 is a confirmed double game week for Liverpool and West Ham. So it was confirmed before the game week 20 deadline, but we unfortunately weren't able to talk about it that much then, as those videos had already been recorded. So as you can see, bottom of the screen there, Thursday 23rd of January and the 29th of January, which is a Wednesday, are going to be Liverpool versus West Ham, and they're both going to be having a double game week. The nice thing about this double game week is it's basically a week apart, so we're getting tons of rest. So you think that Liverpool are going to be playing full strength for both those lineups, which is a little bit different to normal double game weeks, as it's usually a midweek fixture. So it's actually quite nice to have a double game week a week apart, as we can really kind of take advantage of those full strength squads. In terms of the two teams, we have Liverpool and West Ham, and I think the obvious choice is going to be Liverpool assets. So we'll be talking about West Ham firstly. With West Ham, I think that I would only opt maybe for one of their defenders, and that's exactly who we had on the watch list. It's going to be Fabianski. The reason being, if you look at their game week 24 fixtures, it's Leicester and Liverpool, which are two terrible fixtures to go by. First and third, I think, currently in the Premier League. But the reason with Fabianski is he's going to be getting a lot of save points. That's the only defender I would go for. I really do think they'll be conceding in both of those games. So at least with Fabianski, we could get some save points, maybe a save point every game, and then you can equal maybe a clean sheet if you had a single game week player. But that could also be a little bit risky. So I think with the West Ham options, maybe let's assess them with the new manager. David Moyes confirmed yesterday. But Bournemouth, Sheffield United, Everton should give us a good indication of how West Ham are going to set up, and then we can maybe make a transfer if we really want to. But with Liverpool, they're going to be the main options to go for, and the big debate is currently double defense or double attack. This is kind of taking for granted that you're going to be tripling up on Liverpool. You could always just double up and just take one defender and one attacker. I would say if I was doubling up, I would go for one defender, one attacker, not maybe a double defense, double at midfield. As that could kind of give you more odds on scoring points. And I mean, the Liverpool defenders are basically attackers. So my personal favorite right now is favoring the defense a little bit with Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold. You know how integral they are, whipping in those crosses constantly. And the thing with Liverpool is recently their goal scorers have been a little bit split. Between Mane, Firmino and Salah, that's already a three-way split. But then you've got the midfield that has shown that they also like to get forward. So the reason why I'm favoring the defense a little bit cheaper, a little bit easier to bring in, and as I said, always offer that assist threat and occasionally even that goal threat, as we've seen recently. So you could also go for the Liverpool attack. I think that's going to be quite a nice differential. Not many people are going to be able to afford it. And then go for Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah. Only reason being with those two is you're going to see it like last game week, those who doubled up on that at midfield, is if you choose the wrong option for captaincy, it really does suck. So if you kind of only have one midfield, it's a really easy decision to make and you can't really be that mad. But if you kind of go for a 50-50, there could lead to some disappointments. That's my current kind of ambitions for them. I currently don't own a Liverpool attacker, so that'll be kind of first on my watch list and first on my transfers in. But I just wanted to give you guys a reminder of Game Week 24, as I don't want to leave you guys in the dark and then Game Week 24 arises and you have to take massive amount of hits to bring in these Liverpool options. So just take your transfers day by day, game week by game week here. You should have about 4 transfers before that Wolves and West Ham fixture for Liverpool, so you can make a nice assessment of your FPL squads and just keep a plan for the future. Don't negate it, kind of stick to it, and you should be good for Game Week 24. So an option that a lot of people have been mentioning in those Twitter comments was Raul Jimenez. The reason being is he has very nice fixtures from Game Week 21 to 23. an easy downgrade from a more expensive option like Rashford or Harry Kane, and that gives you money. So with Jimenez, you can easily transfer him out before game week 24, which you might do, but with Watford, Newcastle and Southampton, those are three lovely fixtures to go by, and I can see Raul Jimenez doing quite well. So with Raul Jimenez, he was rested against Liverpool, so should have had his rest for the time being, and he should be starting all three of those fixtures in great form, and overall Wolves are looking quite impressive. I know Wolves generally look better against the top 6 opposition, so hopefully they can kind of keep it the same against the lower half of the table. But with Raul Jimenez, a good option to do, and I think if you have him, keep him, but if you don't have him, could be a nice little punt to go for before game week 24. The other option is Sergio Aguero. A lot of people are kind of hyped about him. He came back against Wolves, but then obviously you know that there was a red card for Edison, so he was sacrificed quite early on. He had a lot of minutes against Sheffield United, and as you know, he did score, so a lot of people are looking to jump on this bandwagon. But my raise of caution is simply just, not only is there going to be rotation, but Sergio Aguero takes up a lot of your budget. So if you want to take a little bit of a punt before game week 24, then you can do it, but I think you have to be prepared to downgrade him before game week 24 to bring in those Liverpool options. So with Sergio Aguero, there always is the risk of rotation. Gabriel Jesus was performing quite well before Aguero's comeback, so that could always be a worry there for you. And with Sergio Aguero, there are other better Man City options in my opinion. I think that Kevin De Bruyne is the Man City option to go for. If you don't own Kevin De Bruyne, I would bring him in as my Man City option. If you want to double up on the Man City attack, so be it. You could also go for Aguero, but I think that right now your priority has to be those Liverpool options. And if so be it, if you want to kind of take a punt on him for the next 3, I would do it, but then you have to be prepared to drop him. So with Sergio Aguero, it's kind of a wait and see for me. I don't think their fixtures are that good. Everton, Crystal Palace are a little bit here and there, so that could go either way. Aston Villa is a really nice one, and then we have the reverse fixture of this game week, which is Sheffield United away, but you're probably not going to be owning him for that one. But with Sergio Aguero, does usually score well, is kind of fixture proof, so the fixtures don't actually matter in that regard, but for me, it's not a transfer in. Then with captaincy, I have 3 options here, a home fixture and 2 away games. So my least favorite option is going to be the Spurs options, Dele Alli or Harry Kane. You could also go for Lucas Moura, but I would be sticking to Harry Kane or Dele Alli. But with them, I just don't trust them anymore. Southampton have shown that they're a lot better recently, having beat Chelsea. So I think that with them, I would be looking at a little bit of caution. I would take them only as more differential punts, as Spurs haven't been performing that well. My other 2 options are Sadio Mane and Jamie Vardy. Obviously, you can captain Mo Salah as well, but I'm just favoring Sadio Mane a little bit. Sheffield United at home, a better fixture because it is a home fixture, but a tough one because it is Sheffield United. So maybe the quick turnaround is going to affect Sheffield United, but it could also affect Liverpool. So we're just going to have to see how it goes. I don't really think there'll be that much rotation, as after this game week is the FA Cup, and Klopp has shown that he likes to rotate in the cup competitions. But otherwise, Jamie Vardy coming back from his break. His wife had their baby, so that looks like quite a nice rest for him, and he should be raring to go for the future. Newcastle, tougher opposition, but they haven't been that defensively strong recently, and I can see Jamie Vardy scoring. Only kind of negative, it is a away fixture. At home in the reverse fixture, they beat Newcastle 5-0, so we've got to be favouring Jamie Vardy. For me, he's probably the best captaincy option for this game week, probably the safest as well. So if you want to go for kind of a safe, consistent captain, I would go for Jamie Vardy. Otherwise, Sadio Mane, more of a differential, I think probably has a higher ceiling. And then if you want to go mega differential, I'd go for the Spurs options. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Please like the video if you did, and subscribe if you're new or have not subscribed yet. Otherwise, follow me on Twitter at Dayvy Fpl, and stay tuned for the team selection coming up tomorrow. I'm going to be signing off. This has been Dayvy Fpl, and I'm out. Cheers. Bye.